pitting the Heisei Godzilla against the legendary Godzilla. Both Godzillas are more powerful in all circumstances and would counter each other. But which one would come out on top? But let's start out with the Heisei Godzilla. Heisei Godzilla stands around 100 meters, and Heisei Godzilla has a whole bunch of incredible abilities. He has the nuclear pulse, which is strong enough to repel King Ghidorah from choking Godzilla. He's able to fire his atomic breath, which is able to cut through King Ghidorah like butter. He also has the ability to survive long falls into the ocean, as seen in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla vs. Mothra: The Battle for Earth. Heisei Godzilla also survived the volcano and was left there for a couple of years between the return of Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Biollante. So Godzilla can take a bunch of things to him. But there's a couple of problems with the Heisei Godzilla. Heisei Godzilla's atomic breath is his main weapon. He does not rely on close combat. He's more of a projectile fighter, making his atomic breath one of the only weapons that he uses. In case of close combat, he uses his nuclear pulse to pretty much bash his opponents away from him, and then he can fire his atomic breath to finish them off. As seen in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, where he repelled King Ghidorah and started using his atomic blast to finish him off. Heisei Godzilla also possesses the Red Spiral Ray, which is strong enough to defeat Super Mecha Godzilla, Space Godzilla, and even make Destroya bleed. Godzilla Heisei is very, very powerful as well. He survived a whole bunch of monsters from Biollante, King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah, Mothra, Batra, the larva versions, Super Mecha Godzilla, Fire Rodan, Space Godzilla's crystals, which, in case of you guys don't know, Space Godzilla originated from a black hole, and his crystals were from a black hole, so yeah. And Destroya, which is the monster from the Oxygen Destroyer. So, yeah, pretty much Heisei Godzilla can survive the Oxygen Destroyer, which was the weapon that killed the first Godzilla. Now, Heisei Godzilla does have a few weaknesses. His hide has been pierced before by Mechagodzilla and Destroya, but that was because that Godzilla had pretty much limited time to regenerate, which, yes, Heisei Godzilla does possess a very, very good regenerative ability, where he can regenerate from a whole bunch of different wounds. Heisei Godzilla is also not that intelligent, where he just goes straight for the kill. Sometimes he possesses a bit of battle strategy, but when it comes to intelligence, I would say that Heisei Godzilla is not very intelligent. And plus, he also has a second brain, which will pretty much be a weak point. So, that is pretty much it for Heisei Godzilla, which I am a pretty big fan of the Heisei Godzilla. And if I missed anything, let me know in the description. And let's discuss Godzilla 2014, aka Legendary's Godzilla. Legendary's Godzilla stands about 108 meters, weighing at about 90,000 tons, and I don't know the exact weight of Heisei Godzilla, probably about like 80 or 70,000 tons. But if he's heavier than Godzilla 2014, that is crazy, because Shin Godzilla is the only Godzilla that's heavier. Probably Godzilla from the Godzilla anime, but whatever. So, Legendary's Godzilla possesses an incredible amount of abilities as well. Legendary's Godzilla displays his atomic breath, which seems to be more of a last resort weapon, which in the film, it wasn't very powerful, but it was still powerful nonetheless. It was strong enough to push back and impale the female Muto in seconds. In the comics, which, yes, I'm counting the comics, because it was canon, but I'm still counting it as Godzilla 2014's ability thing. Godzilla 2014 survived a whole bunch of massive extinction events and has survived the nukes, a meteor to the back of the head, and faced off a whole bunch of different monsters. Heck, even his atomic breath is strong enough to just push back the other monsters into the ground. And it's because that in the film, the EMP pulse that the Mutos have probably would have, they affected Godzilla 2014's atomic breath, causing it to be weaker than it was. So in the film, it's not even that powerful. It's more powerful than you think. So with Godzilla 2014's atomic breath also being included in, Godzilla 2014 is also the best close combat Godzilla we've seen to date. Because he throws punches, kicks, he even bites, he pushes, he'll do anything. In the movie, it's displayed that Godzilla just takes his opponents down into the ground, as seen with the female Muto, and stomps on her. And that at that moment, he probably would have finished the female Muto off if the male Muto didn't interrupt. His tail is pretty much the end them all, beat them all thing, because his tail is strong enough to kill the male Muto in an instant. Like, one hit and you're pretty much dead. Or if you survive it, you're gonna be bleeding. But Legendary's Godzilla also has a couple weaknesses. Legendary's Godzilla's weak point is his gills, located on the neck right around here. Legendary's Godzilla also gets bothered by weapons, not hurt by them, but they just bother him. That is until one of the missiles strikes him right in the gills and he leans back in pain, causing the Golden Gate Bridge to collapse. Godzilla 2014 also has a bit of weaknesses because he gets tired a lot, seen throughout the movie. That makes him more animalistic than other Godzillas. But nonetheless, Godzilla 2014 is very good and very powerful in his own ways. Now, because I've given you like a little rerun of because of Heisei Godzilla and Legendary's Godzilla, who do I think would win? Well, Heisei Godzilla's Red Spiral Ray. Alright, let's talk about their atomic breaths really quick. Legendary's Godzilla's atomic breath is very, very strong, but probably lost its infection from the male's EMP pulse. But the atomic breath is about the same thing of Heisei Godzilla, because both of the atomic breaths were very beam-like and able to pretty much damage their opponents. So I don't think their atomic breaths would affect each other, because both Godzillas feed off of radiation. Not even the nuclear pulse would do anything to Godzilla 2014. In fact, I think it'd just pull him away and he would push him away and absorb all that energy for himself. But when the Red Spiral Ray comes, I definitely do think it'll do some damage, but at the same time, it'll get him more health, I guess. So this means that Legendary's Godzilla would have to resort to close combat. And keep in mind, both Godzillas have a limited amount of energy in them. Both Godzillas have a pretty good healing factor, but if Godzilla 2014 gets any close, Heisei Godzilla is pretty much dead. Because if Godzilla 2014 slaps Heisei Godzilla with his tail, it's over for Heisei. And before you say the regeneration ability, keep in mind, Godzilla 2014 just hit the male Muto right, I guess, where the hip is. And since Keisei Godzilla's brain is about where his tail, where his hip or torso meets his tail, I guess you could say that Godzilla is pretty much dead there. I mean, in the film Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, Super Mechagodzilla paralyzed his brain because they found out that the Godzilla Jr. or Baby Godzilla had like a second brain, so they decided to shoot for Godzilla's second brain and kill him. Almost. He was in a coma, and then Fire Rodan had to just come in for the save. Yeah. So overall, even though Heisei Godzilla fought a lot of monsters, I definitely do think Godzilla 2014 does hold the edge and will come out on top. But let me know what you guys think of this battle. Do you think Heisei Godzilla would beat Godzilla 2014? Or do you think it'll be the other way around? Please let me know in the comments. But until next time, Godzilla 2014 is the winner.